How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the newest.
I always make you laugh in these things. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, you were just sitting there, not
just smiling.
Just
bro.
smiling.
This is just my resting face. I'm trying to be happy. I'm really sad right now.
I'm sorry. Welcome to the newest episode of Talking Movies with Blaine Childress. I'm with the guest that was here at the last episode, Blake Childress.
No, I'm a new guest now, just like last time.
This is a new person.
My name is Vladimir.
That's
Vladimir Komojimano.
You're so funny, Blake.
Give me a high five.
Dude.
Such a good joke.
Alright, so
That One Filmmaker, subscribe.
Yeah, Blake Childress here, also known as That One Filmmaker, back again in the studio with another podcast. How's your day, Blake?
It's been pretty uneventful. I went on a skateboard today. I almost popped a artery.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say popped an ollie, but then
popped an ollie, but you actually
term came out.
But you actually popped your
brain. No, I popped the brain vessel. I almost died out there just trying to. No, seriously though, like on a down level, not even talking about movies, it was pretty scary. I tried going on a ramp and I went down. I was like, that looks so easy, but I went up on there with a skateboard. I looked down. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. I actually almost died there today.
It's not easy being
Tony Hawk.
It's not easy being Tony Hawk.
It's not easy being green.
So, as you all know, at the start of Talking Movies, we're going to be discussing some film and TV news and rumors. Are you ready, Blake?
No. Blake,
are you getting drinks?
No. I'm drinking coffee creamer.
So I'm gonna say the headlines and while you're in the kitchen, okay?
Okay.
And I want you to react to this.
Okay.
Spiral director reveals what Chris Rock's Saw movie is truly about.
Huh?
Spiral, you remember the movie that's supposed to be like connected to Saw?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I was pretty excited for it because let me actually get to the mic.
Yeah, because
nobody can hear me.
I don't even know if they can even hear you.
Sorry, everybody. I'm currently wasting time.
Couldn't do this at the beginning, but
yeah,
all right.
Blaine was like, Blake, you gotta do this now. Please, we gotta start the podcast. No time for drinks. You can't do that. Okay, what was it?
So, Spiral director reveals what Chris Rock's Saw movie is truly about.
So, what do I think about Spiral?
Yeah, what are your expectations for Spiral?
Expectations not that high because it's still a Saw movie.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt because it's been a while.
Chris Rock. Dude.
It's Chris Rock, the star of Madagascar, everyone's favorite dramatic thriller film, where it discusses all the problems with animal trafficking. Because they went to Madagascar.
Illegally.
Illegally. But, no, I liked it. Or at least I liked the trailer. I'm pretty open and willing for Chris Rock to start being in more dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
Like Trent told me about how he's in this show called Fargo season 4, in fact. And that's a dramatic show, and he's one of the bigger I think antagonist characters of it. And Trent said that he's doing pretty good. So I'm excited for his character, but I'm not really sure about the actual story. So I guess what I could say is not high hopes, but I'm vaguely interested.
Same.
So not that much.
Not really. So next headline.
These are some hard grapes.
Theaters going dark as No Time to Die and Wonder Woman 1984 delayed.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it's hard to predict when and if things will go back to normal for movie theaters, which sucks.
Ooh, I'm sorry. This grape tasted bad. Yeah, it's movie theaters are kind of dying because of specifically No Time to Die.
Yeah.
I guess because that's like the biggest money maker ever.
Yeah.
But even though I think the last Bond movie, what was it, Spectre, didn't do too well. I don't know about financially, but critically. But I mean, I guess people have high hopes for it, so theaters are still banking on it to make money. And if it's not coming out, movie theaters are gone forever.
Yeah. Well, they have been open for like a little bit, playing movies like Tenet and New Mutants and Unhinged.
Those are only movies that nobody cares about.
True.
Which is weird because now Tenet is a movie that people did care about, and then they saw it, and now nobody cares about it. We're still talking about Tenet. We'll never stop talking about it.
Well, here's an interesting one. Looks like Chris Evans is not happy about Rick Moranis getting sucker punched.
What?
Chris Evans is not standing for any attack on Rick Moranis.
What's going on with movie news?
You know who Rick Moranis is, right?
Yeah, Ghostbusters, man. So
did he get punched?
Yeah, I read that article. Basically, from what I could tell, Rick Moranis was just like walking around, I think New York or it was California, and he was just walking around, and some random guy went up to him and just right in the face,
punched out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he says that there was no reason. He didn't it wasn't like a political thing or social thing. The guy just wanted to punch him in the face, and that's all that happened. Which, for Rick Moranis, is a very weird thing because he's retired. He hasn't been in movies for a very long time, and he's been very detached from society. Like, the last thing he was in was, I think, a commercial for... I forgot what it is, but it's like the mobile service that Ryan Reynolds is selling. He randomly just appeared in the commercial for no reason.
Yeah.
But I guess Chris Evans doesn't like that.
Yeah, I don't think I would
Specifically Chris Evans.
I don't think I would like strangers...
Just punching Rick Moranis?
Punching Rick Moranis. For those of you who don't know, Rick Moranis was in Ghostbusters.
He was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, those old movies.
Yeah, he was like the dad.
What else was he in?
That's all I really know him from. I'm pretty sure he was in other National Lampoon movies and stuff.
What's
like
it called? Dang it! Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors.
I'm stupid. I was gonna be like the Plant movie.
All right, on to the next headline. We'll do two more. Tenet's John David Washington opens up about potentially playing a Marvel or DC superhero role. What do you think about that?
I don't know. That's all I have to say.
That's it.
Bye, everybody. No, I don't know. Like I said, in Tenet, I just didn't really. Oh, you want my limited?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. These people can hear us.
Whatever.
You're just like,
I don't want to
point at it.
I don't want to be rude.
It's a rude.
Blake, can I have some of your lemonade?
But I mean, I don't care. He can be in whatever he wants.
I don't care.
I mean, I'm not saying he was bad in Tenet. I'm just saying he had a bad.
I definitely think he could definitely play.
As long as he has a better written character. I mean, it's Marvel. DC. They're still a little questionable, but I mean, like, Marvel's okay. So, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Give it to him. Give him money. Throw him money at him.
Definitely, I would definitely be throw money.
Throw money at him.
Throw him punches. Punch John David Washington.
Punch him in the face. Chris Evans, what do you think about that?
All right, on to the last one. 3 ways National Treasure could be brought into the Disney parks.
What?
How would you design a roller coaster based off National Treasure?
First of all,
You just ride in carts that just shaped like Nicolas Cage's head.
no,
Right in his mouth.
No, it would definitely be. Even though I think the Mount Rushmore wasn't in the it wasn't in the plot until the second movie, I would make it to where like you would be like it would be like a minecart ride through Mount Rushmore,
Sort of like Expedition Everest.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of bad guys that are trying to shoot you. Or, oh my god, what if you built like a replica of like the White House? Or I don't think it's not the White House. Where's the place of Declaration of Independence is?
Isn't there a library?
Yeah, I think it's in like the library or something. But, like, imagine like you would like be on a roller coaster and you'd go through this exact replica Disney makes. And actually, no. What if you just put like a little cart and then you just played the movie? The cart never moves.
You just watch National Treasure 1.
The National Treasure experience.
All three. Wait, was there 3 movies?
No, there's 2.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, they were gonna make a 3rd movie, but Disney eventually said, "Dude, nobody."
Do you think they would ever do a National Treasures ride, or do you think National Treasure's too obscure now?
I think they'd probably do something for National Treasure 1, not 2, and nobody likes 2. But
I mean, I don't know. I feel like National Treasure, even National Treasure 1 is like it's obscure, not really known movie.
It's made billions of dollars.
It's a mess.
You can look it up right now.
I'm not saying you're not gonna find
$2 billion. I mean, I don't think Disney's doing that well anyway with their parks. Because didn't you hear about the layoff?
No, what's going on?
They're laying off about like 20,000 employees at their Disney parks.
Dang, because of COVID?
Yeah, and basically now like a lot of Disney park employees are boycotting the company because they're all losing their livelihoods and stuff like that.
Jeez.
It's mainly just because I'm pretty sure nobody's going to Disneyland because of COVID.
They're losing money, so they have to lay off employees.
And then now like some of the CEOs of like not even like just Disney parks, but just like Disney are thinking about resigning because of the backlash from it. But
dude, I don't want to live in a world that doesn't have Disney parks.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say Disney in general. I mean, Disney parks. I don't care.
What, you don't like Disney?
I don't like imagination.
I don't like good things.
I like living in a world. I like A24.
I like hate.
I like movies that spread hate and villainy and terrible things.
So, fake news. So today on the podcast, we're going to talk about the debate.
Okay, yes.
We're going to talk about Donald Trump.
It was a really good movie. I think it was a great short film.
With Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis.
No, not that. Wait, what's that? Was that what it was? No, wasn't it called The Campaign?
No, yeah, it's called The Campaign.
The debate featuring Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis. Dude, why didn't we talk about that classic movie?
Yeah, we need to do that.
First of all, before we discuss anything, wasn't the ending of that movie where it's like Will Ferrell like actually wins, and then just like that moment where Zach Galifianakis is like, "Dang it, I lost." Will Ferrell goes up to the stage, he's like, "Guys, I can't do this. Zach Galifianakis, you win." Like, imagine if Biden won president, and he walked up to do an inauguration, and he's like, "Guys, I'm sorry, Trump.
I'm not doing this.
I gotta give it to you." And then everyone's just like,
everybody just starts clapping.
I didn't vote for this. Alright, this is about politics now.
This is a politics podcast now. But so something amazing is coming up on Prime Video.
The greatest movie ever.
The greatest movie ever.
The most hyped movie that's coming out this year.
Hyped sequel. It's called Borat.
Subsequent Moviefilm. The delivery of Prodigious Bribe to the what is it? It's such a long time. It's like delivery of Prodigious Bribe to great America for glorious benefit of once great Kazakhstan. It's a really long title.
Jesus. So we're big fans of the original Borat.
Yeah, Borat is
one of the best. I think the best mockumentary in my opinion.
I don't even know why I watched it in the first place, but yeah, it's.
I think I showed you.
Yeah, I think just one night we hung out and you just played it. And you're like, "Yo, bro, you want to see something really funny?" It's so funny
on Hulu.
Yeah, but it was it's really good. I honestly agree with that. It is a very funny mockumentary. I think the greatest part about it is like.
So for this podcast, we're just gonna, since there's not really a lot of movies to talk about, at least any like thing good or really heightens interest a lot. So for this episode, we're just gonna talk about what we're expecting for this new Borat movie. If you don't know what we're talking about, Borat, it was a movie. Was it made by Sacha Baron Cohen?
I don't think it was directed, but it was starring him, and he probably wrote it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, it's about Sacha Baron Cohen.
He plays Borat, who is a journalist for the nation of Kazakhstan. And
Kazakhstan.
Not Kazakhstan. You guys talking like Bush.
Whatever.
But he is a reporter, and they ask him to make a documentary by going to America to figure out what makes America so awesome, to make
so awesome
Kazakhstan a better country. And after Borat gets there, he the main driving force of comedy behind it is just like the differences between these two countries, where it's just like, in my country, we get all the gay people and we hang them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of political jokes that I'm not really into political humor, but they really get it in that movie, and
it makes fun of both sides, which is probably the
best thing about it.
Mm-hmm. And what's great is
it's never really one-sided.
Sacha Baron Cohen, as a performer, he's able to get, because none of it we're hoping none of this is fake. This is all supposed to be real people. And the coolest thing, I remember I watched it in a review.
So basically, this whole movie is about Sacha Baron Cohen as this character just messing with people. And just
strung together with a plot.
Yeah.
A loose plot.
A loose plot. It's supposed to be a documentary, but it's comedy. So The Office and stuff like that.
But at first he's trying to be in New York and figure out what makes America great. Then he watches Baywatch and then falls in love with Pamela Anderson.
Falls in love with Pamela Anderson and then wants to marry her. And
then travels across the country to get to California. He goes through a few states. He runs in with a few interesting people. He goes through a gay pride parade at one point.
Nice big American adventure. Mm-hmm. And it's a really good movie.
It's really funny.
I definitely think it's one of the funniest movies.
I mean, the great thing about it, what I was going to say, was he has such talent at making people admit the worst things ever, and it's just because people believe him and who he is. Yeah. So people can't be like, oh yeah, this guy's just trying to mess with me. He's trying to get me to say something embarrassing. No, people actually think this is just some man from a random
he's
European
just so good
country.
At playing characters.
Mm-hmm. And the coolest thing about the movie, behind the scenes, was I remember I watched it in a review one time, but they discussed how there's a difference between something like Jackass and Borat. With Jackass, after they do a stunt or something, they just go up to people and say, sign this document, this is part of a movie, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and they say this is a movie that's going to be released in theaters. But with Borat, they pretended it was just going to be a documentary in some random country. And so people were just oh, well, okay. It didn't really matter. He remained in character even with recording it. And I'm not sure how the documentary crew, were they in character or were they just random American dudes?
Yeah, I think it was just random people just recording cameras.
I don't know. There's a lot.
Because it was just Sacha Baron Cohen and the other character. What's his? I've seen this movie numerous times, but I still don't know what the fatter guy that he's with.
Yeah, I don't remember his name too, but he is funny.
He is really funny. They have a lot of funny scenes together.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part? My favorite part has got to be when he goes to South Carolina or whatever, or some southern state, and he goes to a rodeo, and instead of singing America's national anthem, he sings Kazakhstan's national anthem, and he says that America's full of
pigs they're all terrible people. They're all little babies,
awful. And everybody starts booing.
And I love how he's saying I hope that everybody in Iraq will bathe in blood. You will murder everyone. Thank you, Bush. And everybody's just yeah.
Just
he's just saying the most awful things that you can say.
he was making fun of America and stuff like that, and then everybody was booing.
Well, no, before that, remember he was saying I agree with this war on terror.
No, that was when he was talking with the guy. Remember, and they were talking about how...
No, that was with that guy one-on-one. He was just talking about...
No, they were talking about, George Bush and, terrorists and stuff like that. And then he went out and did the national anthem of Kazakhstan, and then everybody booed. Yeah, nobody cheered for him. It was so uncomfortable.
No, bro. You don't remember it? You should pull that scene up right now.
No, that's
that's
how it is.
No, seriously. I remember it directly as he went, and when they said, "Oh yeah, he'd like to say a few words first," he discussed the war on terror.
All right, after this podcast, we'll check it out, see who's right. But I'm definitely right. You're wrong.
Put it in the description, just like Blake was right.
Yeah, I'm dumb. No, definitely I would rate the movie maybe like a 8.5. I really like it. It's really funny. Is it still on Hulu?
I'm not sure. I don't think so because I had to buy it in order to rewatch it. So
well, it was on Hulu. I don't know if it's on Hulu anymore.
it might be on Amazon Prime in a little bit. Prime Video might just like take it so that it can coincide with the sequel being released.
I guess, but I definitely think it's worth the price if you have to pay for it.
No doubt.
Or rent it.
I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really think it's a great movie that discusses, like, if this movie is considered a political movie that commentates on American politics, this is the greatest political movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, same. But keep in mind that it does have a lot of jokes that make fun of all sides.
Yeah.
So if you get really triggered,
you're probably
not going to really enjoy it.
You have to be accepting of like basically getting made fun of.
Yeah, for like your like beliefs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes fun of both sides, so it doesn't feel like the movie's really one-sided.
It's not biased. He's making fun of political separation.
Yeah. That's kind of like what Sacha Baron Cohen does with like all his like.
He's just some
basically.
British dude that's just making fun of Americans.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
So, what are we going to talk about next, Blaine?
So,
What are we going to talk about next?
So now that we're done talking about the original, so a new trailer just came out for the sequel to Borat.
Borat Subsequent Moviefilm.
It's gonna be on Amazon Prime. When's it gonna be released?
I think it's October 18th.
October 18th. So it's coming up soon.
Or maybe it's 21st, or heck, it might be like 29th. It's
sometime in October.
Yeah.
So it's definitely coming out sometime soon. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I definitely want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I'm excited for it just because I'm just a fan of the first movie so much. But my only thing that I'm a little afraid of, even though I love Borat because of not being one-sided, I am a little afraid that this movie is going to be specifically targeted at criticizing conservatism, especially with like the part where he literally goes to a thing with Mike Pence and dresses up as Trump and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's gonna be funny regardless.
Yeah.
But it's like I really like discussing the problems with both sides.
Yeah.
Because it just feels like a more equal comedy.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that maybe they just didn't highlight that in the trailer, and there is going to be
more scenes that we just haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
And how about how like it's been like a secret this whole time?
That is the greatest thing ever. I'm surprised that like something like this kind of a sequel to a movie that made a bunch of money was just kept secret for so long. That's just because it was filmed as soon as COVID restrictions were lifted a few months ago. They started filming.
Really?
Yeah. I think so. I forgot when they.
There's definitely going to be a lot of COVID jokes.
Yeah,
like people, like him, like making fun of people that like think that COVID is fake, which those people should be made fun of. But
they should be made fun of. Those stupid people, those idiots. If you're listening to this right now and you think COVID is a hoax, you should stop.
You should.
You suck.
You suck.
You dumb head.
Get off podcast now. No, I'm just kidding. But
Please don't.
Please listen. But I definitely think there's going to be a whole lot more COVID jokes, Trump jokes, definitely.
I mean,
it's definitely just going to be like Borat, but in a new era, and the era that we're living. Because Borat that came out, the first one, was definitely of its era.
Of War on Terror era, of the Bush era.
Yeah, like around that like time period, like not the early 2000s, but
it was 2004 or 5, I think.
Yeah, so like the mid 2000s. So like And so this Borat's going to be for like this new generation of like
The
COVID,
Trump era.
COVID, Trump, maybe dabble in like social media and gay rights and stuff like that. That's like much bigger.
I am hoping it tackles more big topics that are going on politically today, because again, Borat is what I need right now.
We all need Borat.
Borat is the hero that COVID needed. we don't have a cure, but we do have.
But
Borat.
we do have Borat.
It's like, all right, you have COVID, Trump. We will save you from COVID. You just need to watch Borat 2.
You just need to watch Borat 2 on Amazon Prime.
He sees the part where Borat dresses up as him and then he dies.
He dies of COVID.
He dies while watching.
So Blake, do you have but do you think it's going to be a good movie? Do you think it's going to be better? Do you think it's going to be just as good? Do you think it's going to be nowhere near as good?
It all depends. We're just going to have to wait and see. I don't think it's going to be better, personally. That's just my thing. I feel like Borat was just so good because I don't even know why Borat is so good. It's just like it's its own thing. It just feels like there's nothing else that can compare to it. And I feel like
there's mockumentaries, like...
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. This is just, like, so... It feels so real. Because, yeah, it's a mockumentary, but it's also with real people.
Yeah, you know? It's kind of grounded, like, in reality.
So...
A lot more than something like What We Do in the Shadows.
I don't know. And there's a lot of stuff in this movie that I'm a little confused about, like, the logistics of the mockumentary. Like, the scene in the house when he's with some rednecks. Like, it shows, like, cameras are around the house, and I don't know how that works. Did they just break into this random dude's house and plant cameras around?
That's sort of, like, where I'm kind of thinking that, like, I don't think this is real. I think some of it is, like, people... I mean, well, I don't know how he does, like, the real people, especially if we're talking about his show that he does, and he talks to actual political figures, and they're... careers get ruined because they say like the N-word on his show.
Greatest show ever made.
Who was the guy that got in trouble?
I don't know. I think he was like a House of Representatives member of like Florida or Georgia or something.
He said the N-word on the show, then he...
The N-word is it's unsayable. You cannot say it. So if you want to catch attention, then you know what to do.
No, if you want to get canceled...
N-word!
If you want to get canceled instantly...
Work with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Work with Sacha Baron Cohen and he'll get you canceled.
He literally got Dick Cheney.
No, but his like characters are so good. Like he's so good at playing like different characters.
He can just trick people into believing in who he is.
Yeah. Which
is just fantastic. I mean, like...
He's definitely one of the best actors of all time.
I mean, especially...
Which is really weird. Because it's Sacha Baron Cohen. This is Borat, and it's so weird to like say that he's like one of the best, but he really is a really good character.
I'm excited for that new movie that he's in. That's not even a comedy; it's a drama. It's made by I think it's Aaron Sorkin.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's called The Trial of the Chicago 7, and he's supposed to be in it, which I'm excited about. Yeah, I think as a comedian, he's just really funny. Like we were saying, he's just so talented at playing a character and making people believe in it. So bad that if you don't know the show we're talking about, the show itself is called Who is America? And the basis of the show is...
It's on Showtime.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the same idea of Borat, of creating a character.
Creating a really weird character.
It represents a stereotype, because that's what Borat is. Borat's a stereotype.
Yeah.
But the stereotype is meant to, mess with people.
Yeah.
And so he creates different stereotypes that reference...
Different ideology, like political ideologies. Like there's a guy that's really crazy about weapons.
There's one guy that's really crazy about conservatism. There's one that's really crazy about liberalism. And then one of them is just an ex-prisoner. Which I don't really
and there's
get.
Another one that's like a toy channel reviewer.
But yeah, like the crazy, no doubt the best part was the guy that's gun crazy, because he managed to convince people to do very illegal things for him, which is just terrible. Like, let's make a quinceañera party and we're gonna lure in Mexican girl rapists, and then like when the cops come and they find like, oh, this is a guy that's dressed up as a girl, and they find like sleeping pills near the.
I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he gets these people to do like the worst stuff ever.
He never breaks character, even when the cops are literally searching them. He's still in character.
He's definitely has that dying art of like pranking people.
Yeah, because pranks are just
like Eric Andre and Tom Green and all those guys.
Pranks are just something that is very just not that extreme anymore. It is kind of just like go up to your friend and splash water on his face, and it's just like
put dirt on his shoes. Yo, that's my kicks, man.
Because you don't want to offend anybody, but it's
but if you're like Sacha Baron Cohen, you go that, or like Eric Andre, you go that like
that
extra mile.
You go to make sure that those people hate you.
Yeah, but no, I'm definitely looking forward to Borat 2, and I can't wait to watch it, and I know you can't wait to watch it, so. Yep.
I like sex.
That is something that Borat says, Blake.
My name Borat.
So I think that's going to about do it for us at Talking Movies. Any final thoughts, Blake? About Sacha Baron Cohen or anything else?
I like donuts.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's what we're going to end off of. So
I'm going to use the restroom.
All right. Bye, Blake. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope everybody has a good day. This has been Talking Movies with Blaine Childers, signing out. Bye, everybody.